Okay, so this is a hamstring mobility and flexibility session. What you want to start with is lying on your back. We're going to start with our glute bridges, our single leg glute bridges and our single leg raises, okay? You're going to be doing 10 of each, and this is just to activate your hamstring, get it a little bit warmer before we actually start to stretch it out. So when you're doing your glute bridge, you want to be able to touch the back of your heels, and you're going to drive your glutes all the way straight up, pelvic tilt at the top so you're not arching your back. And then when you bring that back down, you want to come down one vertebrae at a time, okay? So all the way down to the bottom, really squeeze your glutes to the top. Once you've done 10, you're going to move on to your single leg glute bridges. Now, this is exactly the same setup. I personally like to move my foot slightly more to the middle so that I'm not too unbalanced. You're going to have the other leg straight up in the air, as straight as you possibly can get it. And exactly the same, driving up, squeezing your glutes at the top and not arching your back, okay? So letting that back come down evenly. You're going to do exactly the same on the other side. I've done one set of 10 reps on each of these. It is quite a hot day, so I felt like that was enough for me. If you want to do more and you want to do 2 or 3 sets, that's absolutely fine as well. Do kind of sets and reps that you feel comfortable with at home. For me, this felt about right. Perfect. So the next one is a single leg raise. So you want to keep one foot completely planted on the floor. The other leg is going to come all the way back. So you're going to have that leg out straight and you're going to be stretching out your hamstring. Bring it back as far as you feel comfortable with. Try and keep it as straight as you possibly can. Naturally, you're going to have a slight bend in it and you're going to go for 10 on each side. Okay, so once you've done one side, switch into the other. Again, trying to keep that toe dorsiflex, not pointed, and bringing that leg back as far as you feel comfortable with. So don't push it, just naturally let your leg go to where it's comfortable. Once you're done, you're going to want to get to your feet, and we're going to do a good morning, so a forward bend, okay? With this exercise, you want your feet hip distance apart. You want to have a slight bend in your knees, and you want your back to be completely flat, okay? I want you to imagine you've got a red button behind your butt, and you're trying to touch that red button with your hips, okay? So pushing your hips all the way back, keeping that slight bend, and you should feel this all down the backs of your legs. It should be a really, really nice stretch, okay? Again, 10 reps or more if you feel like you need to do a few more. The next one that you're going to go into now is 5 walkouts. So with a walkout, you want to keep your legs as flat as you feel comfortable with, and then coming all the way back up. You're going to do this nice and slowly. You're not going to rush it, okay? So 5 reps, come down to where you feel comfortable, and again, letting your toes go from heel to toe back to your heel, trying to keep those legs as flat as possible. Just 5 reps on this one, guys. Perfect. Once you've done your 5 reps, you're going to get into a squat stance. So you want your feet slightly wider, and you're going to go down and do 10 normal squats. This is just to get your hamstrings a little bit warmer and all the muscles around your legs a little bit warmer as well, okay? Make sure you're hitting parallel with that depth, 10 reps. So for this next one, you want to be sat down with your legs dead straight in front of you, and you want to be sitting as upright as you possibly can, okay? Now what we're going to do is lean forwards. When we lean forwards, we want to keep our back nice and flat, and we want to keep our shoulders back, okay? So you almost want to do a good morning forwards. Nice and controlled, squeeze the core. You will feel almost a tingly sensation going down the sides of your legs. That's just stretching it all out, okay? So this is probably one of the most beneficial stretches that you could possibly do. So you're going to hold this for about 20 seconds, and then you're going to come out, and now you're going to round your back. You're going to try and reach forwards to your toes. If you can't reach your toes, put your hands on your legs and slide them down, and you're going to really round over, try and get as much stretch in your hamstring as you possibly can. And again, holding this for about 20 seconds. Once you've done that, you're then going to repeat it again. So going back to that nice upright posture, and then leaning forwards, holding it for about 20 seconds. And then you're going to do exactly the same and round over, okay? Don't force yourself to go any further than what you feel comfortable with. So if you feel comfortable only moving down slightly, that's absolutely fine. Remembering to keep those shoulders back as well, okay? So only go as deep as you feel comfortable with. And again, once you've held this for about 20 seconds, come out of it, shoulders back, and then round all the way over. leaning forwards and trying to touch the backs of your ankles, okay? The next one we're going to do is a single leg hamstring stretch. So you want one leg in the crease of your thigh and the other leg is going to be dead straight. You're going to reach over with the arm that's nearest to that leg. So if, for example, my left leg is out, my left arm is going to reach over. Again, if you can't touch your toe, then you can put your hand on your leg and slide it down to where you feel comfortable, okay? You're going to be holding this for about 20 seconds again. So 20 to 30 seconds, or how long you feel until the stretch reflex goes. And then once that stretch has gone, you're going to come out of it and you're going to put 2 hands forwards, okay, which I will demonstrate in a second. So 2 hands forwards. This one you're not going to hold for as long. You're going to hold it for about 15 seconds. But there should be an added stretch. Now you should feel that slightly on your lower back, which is also really, really beneficial. Tight hamstrings usually come from a tight lower back, tight glutes. So stretching all of that out is going to be really, really helpful as well, okay? Once you've held this for 15-20 seconds, you're going to come out of it and you're going to switch over to the other side, like that. Again, reaching over with your right arm on this side, hands wherever you feel comfortable, and really try and get that stretch. Holding it for 20 to 30 seconds, and then once you're done, come out of it and 2 hands over, just like the time before. Once you've completed your 20-30 seconds, you're going to come out into a straddle sit. So both legs come out, and you're going to have your hands as far forwards as you feel comfortable with until you feel that stretch on both legs. You don't want your legs too wide. You want to go to a point that's comfortable for you, and you're going to hold that again for 20 to 30 seconds, okay? Eventually, what I want you to be able to do is put your elbows down, which is what we're going to try and do in a minute. But first off, you've got to wait for that stretch to kind of disappear almost. So when you're ready, you're going to put your elbows down nice and slowly. You're not going to force it. And then sit a little bit deeper into it if you can. Again, holding that for about 20 seconds. When you feel like that stretch is gone, you're going to sit yourself up and you're going to just shake out your shoulders and shake out your lower back. And then from here, you're going to have a really upright posture and you're basically going to do a good morning down, okay? So shoulders stay back stays nice and flat, and you're just going to lean forwards until you can feel that stretch. You're going to go for 6 to 8 reps on this, or as many as you feel comfortable with, just to get that added stretch in your lower back and your hamstring, okay? So try not to round your back, keeping your back nice and flat. And then once you've done however many reps you would like to do, so 6, 8, 10, completely up to you, you're going to go back down into that elbow stretch if you can, okay? And you're going to hold this for only about 10 seconds and then you are done, okay? So I hope this was a beneficial video. Obviously, give me your ideas if you would like any other specific videos. But other than that, you are all good to go.